Thank you for joining me on Cosmic Love Alchemy, where I am doing a collective reading. What is my collective reading? We have the Empress on the bottom about abundance and nurturing, fertility, femininity. So we may be having a collective that is rising into their divine feminine or is already embodying their divine feminine energy. Maybe perhaps even a journey to this. All right, we have the Five of Pentacles coming out. My collective is recovering from some sort of financial loss or has been feeling disconnected from spirit. And we have the Two of Swords showing face right now. Difficult decisions and weighing options. Perhaps my collective has been avoiding making some decisions. Okay, so we have the Sun in reverse, which is about the inner child, maybe feeling down, overly optimistic, or I associate the sound of that with like being naive, negativity, depression, sadness. So it's what is my intuition is telling me that this is a journey reading where my collective that is connecting with this message is going through kind of a tough time in life where it seems like there's so many lessons being bombarded, perhaps on top of each other, one after the other in this collective's life. And this is about a journey of self-healing, self-discovery, reconnecting with spirit, with your intuition, and self-protection. We've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a collective that is definitely turning more inward and is going through some sort of a spiritual journey, which is like my intuition was telling me maybe perhaps like I'm going to be reading for a collective that is on a self-love and self-discovery arc right now. The Queen of Swords came out about unbiased judgment, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded and perceptive. And what I'm reading from this particular row is that your past energy has been very much one thing after another happening, and that you felt like weighed with a lot of difficult decisions and about how you're going to proceed in your future, and maybe perhaps using some avoidance tactics to avoid doing the type of work that you need to do to fully heal so that you can rise into the Empress energy. But on the upside of this, with this Queen of Swords, I'm seeing somebody, this collective is already starting to communicate with themselves, is learning how to set boundaries, is somebody that's becoming more perceptive, more intuitive. And this is by way of the Four of Swords coming out, which is about rest and meditation and contemplation, renewal and solitude. You're actually silencing your life around you and going inward, right? And sitting in silence, waiting to hear the downloads that you need to in order to progress to the next level on your life's journey. You may have recently started going back to like a church. Maybe you've just recently started listening to tarot readings again. You may be just reconnecting with spirit at this point. We got the Hierophant coming out. Oh, that was way too many from spirit at this moment. Okay, so we got the King of Pentacles in reverse, which was is a card that's about being stubborn, being too focused on money and wealth, and that did like show its face already as the first card that we had come out of the deck with this Four of Pentacles in reverse, that there was some sort of financial loss, but you know, that loss has maybe almost taken over this collective's mind, where they're feeling like they need to hoard and go into like a saving mode. And I don't know, this almost like seems like maybe like you're having challenges making good financial decisions. And you know, a lot of that is likely due to incomplete healing, where you have not been able to reattune yourself to your intuition, and therefore, you know, in life you find yourself, this collective would be feeling like unhappy with the place that they're at in life. And so a lot of these mentalities about like materialism and, you know, making poor financial decisions has to do with unhealthy mindsets that, you know, you're trying to fill those voids with something physical and material in this world. But this collective, I'm like getting a download that they, while that is how it has been in the past, that this is something that this collective is aware of now, and that they are actively going into the process of healing the core wounds that are causing, you know, the downstream choices that this collective is making. If any of that makes sense, but like we have the Five of Cups in reverse, which is about acceptance and moving on and finding peace and self-forgiveness. And, you know, that's, you know, feeding right into like the downloads that I was just getting about this collective, is that like you're not in a place where this is what you're suffering with right now. You're not suffering. You've realized, you've become awakened to this part of your own healing journey, and like you're already taking steps to healing those parts of you that are causing you to repeat these negative cycles. So you're in the process of breaking a cycle. And you got the Four of Cups, which is about meditation, contemplation, reevaluation. You're becoming clear-minded. You're becoming more perceptive. You are becoming attuned with yourself. So this collective, I want to say I'm proud of you, because you're doing the work. And the High Priestess came out. So that's your intuition. Like you are connecting with sacred knowledge. Your subconscious, you're starting to listen. And that's because you've taken the rest that you need, and it's helping you to recover from from errors of the past. And you've also like forgiven yourself for those things. Yeah, this would be a collective that in the past, Nine of Swords, had anxieties, worries, fears, maybe some nightmares, insomnia. Like the situations that you would get yourself into would leave you feeling like hopeless and in despair, but I don't feel that that's what your energy is right now. And if you feel like this message still resonates with you, but you're earlier on this journey, like let this reading serve as motivation for you to continue to meditate and sit with your mind and listen to your intuition and refocus on building happiness and positive dopamine circuits for yourself that don't involve indulgence and spending money and making decisions that are not really benefiting you in the long run. We have the Six of Cups that came out in reverse, which is about living in the past, moving forward, leaving home and independence, but it's also about forgiveness. So I feel like a little bit of both living in the past, but also forgiveness. Like my collective, you have like been living in the past, but you're forgiving yourself for allowing like the things that happen in the past to be affecting the way that you're interacting with the world right now. The Emperor. And so this is about respect and leadership and structures. And so this collective may have in the past had issues with, I'm going to say it because it came to mind, the Emperor and the Empress came out here, but I don't believe the Emperor and the Empress is coming out for the energy that you have. I believe that these are some of the core wounds that this collective went through that are causing the things that we're seeing in this spread. Possessiveness, overspending, being in self-protection, not being in touch with their inner child, feeling depressed and sad and not optimistic, and all of these things are because there's mother and father wounding that happened in this collective's childhood that has been carried on. And so I'm seeing there's a lot of healing that needs to be done, but not a collective that hasn't started that journey. And then we got the Seven of Wands, challenge, protection, perseverance, and maintaining control. And I believe that you've already realized that this is what that journey entails, is that it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but to compete with yourself. The only one you're in the competition with is yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people. Those are false equivalencies. And protect yourself. Like, you want to protect your inner child, but protect your current self too. And a self-healing journey requires perseverance. It really does. And it also involves you learning how to maintain control of the things that are within your wheelhouse, which are your actions, your behaviors, your thought patterns. The way that you interact with the world is what you have control over. So Spirit is urging you to focus your energy on the things in this life that you can control, because you can embody, both the Empress and the Emperor energy, even though these things were things that were maybe missing in your childhood. But when you heal, you get to your highest and healthiest place and can embody traits of both of those. So if you are curious about wanting to ever book a reading with me, I will never reach out to you first. To book with me, you'll need to follow the link that is in my bio on both my YouTube and my TikTok. It's a Linktree link. And you'll follow the PayPal for booking, include email address and pertinent information. I will schedule the booking through email. Okay. I want to get some messages from Spirit. Spirit, what does my collective need to hear from you as they're going through this journey of healing? Okay. So, first of all, sacred purpose, eternal flame, ancestral legacy. So your soul's purpose is something that this collective is not connected to right now. You don't know exactly what place you have or what purpose you have, your divine purpose. And that is something that on this journey will become clear to you because you're listening to your intuition, and it will allow you to understand you so well that you know what your soul's work is supposed to be. You got tenderness, true love, and compassion. And this is, something that ultimately your first true love is the love that you have for yourself, right? So return to that, heal, love yourself, and then your cup of love runs over so much that you can then outpour that love into others, into projects, into what your soul's purpose actually is. Phoenix rising. This collective is going through a phoenix journey. Rebirth, death and rebirth, and you're ending a cycle. Twin flames. Soul partner and eternal connection. This is somebody that you're gonna meet, but right now you're not in the right place for that. You have so much wisdom to gain about learning, about joy, reconnecting with art, music. Spirit is urging you to remember what you love about this life. Be grateful, show gratitude. Realize that your life is a miracle. All of this around us is a miracle. Be still and quiet enough to be able to get the downloads about the ancient wisdom of what it means to be this beautiful being that you are, both eternal and inside of a body that can interact with the external world. And don't forget to have fun with it. Unify with people around you. Play. Experience great friendship, because the communities around us, scientifically speaking, those that live the longest and happiest lives are the ones that have the most engaging, fun, and loving interpersonal connections. So friendships, familyships, relationships, those are the things that are gonna help this collective to lead their happiest and longest life. So if you like my readings, you like my style of readings, don't forget to hit like and comment below if you're going through your own self-journey arc. And I'd be happy to book a personal for anybody that wants to delve deeper into the shadow work that they need to do. I have a beautiful shadow working deck that I can use for readings like this. Okay, so messages from Spirit. These are going to be more detailed messages from Spirit to this collective. Keep moving forward even if you are unsure of what your next step is or where it may take you. Trust that you're walking the path you're meant to walk. Remember, we are walking it with you. Spirit is walking with you. Trust yourself more. So get in touch with that intuition. Sometimes walking away is the only option, not because you want to make somebody miss you or realize that they took you for granted, but because you finally respect yourself enough to know that you as a person deserve better. Let go of any shame that you have that makes you feel like maybe you deserve the types of treatments that you've been putting up with in your life, because we are all deserving of being treated well. And take that ownership for yourself and your power back. Be clear about where you are putting your focus right now. It's here into yourself, right? Focus on your desired outcome, which is healing. You have everything within you to create the life of your dreams. Don't doubt yourself. This is your time. Spirit's on your side and they've got your back. Trust yourself more. Again, trusting your intuition. You got so many intuition cards. You are in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will present themselves to you when they're meant to, all in divine timing. Get excited about the future again, instead of possibly fearing what the future might hold for this collective. Because Spirit's saying trust in this process. You get through this healing journey, and it's just, negativity is contagious, but you know what else is? Happiness and positivity. More of that is going to come into your life the further along in the journey you get. And lastly, for this beautiful collective on this self-healing and love journey, I do want to pull one divine feminine that will come out to give some beautiful guidance out of this gorgeous book that comes along with this deck. All right, Spirit. Okay. My collective, you got Parvati. This is the goddess of devotion. What is soft, gentle, and nurturing like water can be far more powerful than what is inflexible and fierce. The energy of this mountain goddess is about the strength we can give and receive when we devote ourselves to the healthy bonds of love. Parvati is about the divine feminine potency of being calm, benevolent presence, especially when something seems to threaten a deeply meaningful relationship. Okay, so maintaining your composure, being able to process your emotions in a healthy way. Transformation with this goddess calls for softening. When a situation is hard, even painful, Parvati is suggesting that you allow your fist to unfold. Open and release what is clenched in fear or stress. Remember that your love is a mountain that cannot be moved, and that this bond between you is holy. No human hands or words can ever break it. The answer of what's next or highest for you can be found through the subtler act of simply abiding, not reacting, not running, not hiding. A deep reservoir of power can surge up from within us when we choose to remain present. It's like radical acceptance. You just, like, even if you don't like what's going on, sometimes if you're in a very, very tough situation and you're hurting, perhaps like from a breakup or from some other traumatic event, sometimes just radically accepting it for what it is. Like, this happened in my life. I don't have to like it, but this is what happened, can help us to let go of some of the emotional hold that those events have on our interactions within our own minds, and then within the connections that we have outside of ourselves. So letting devotion inhabit us in moments when our ego has typically fled infuses us with the capacity to transform all of our relationships. Devotion is not attachment. It's letting go of the illusion that you and this lover, this friend, this child, this family member, this soul within you can ever really be separate from you. Devotion brings us home to a point and purpose of every relationship, which is love. The relationship with yourself, mostly right now for this collective. A love that can never leave and that, like a mountain, can never move. A love that evolves the soul. And then I ask my collective, what are you most devoted to in this moment? And I want to thank you for joining me today for this reading. If you found this reading helpful, hit like, subscribe, book a private reading if you want to dig into your journey a little bit more deeply. And I'm sending love and light your way. I'll catch you on the next read.